Hey folks, this is Master Jason here, Kwanjang Nim, with my son Charlie. We're demonstrating some grappling techniques, some ideas that you can do at home training if you can't make it to class right now. So this position that we're going to work on right now is called the mount. And the mount is extremely simple. It's basically where Charlie wants to get when he gets to the takedown, gets me to the ground. Let's say I'm a bully or just someone he's trying to control in class. He's going to be sitting on top of my body. There are different ways that he can be sitting depending on what he wants to accomplish, but basically he's in a position where he can leave and get up if he needed to. He can pin me on the ground, he can submit me, he can transition to my back and other areas that are even better. So the mount is very important in class to be able to maintain. The last thing you want to do is, get to the person, execute a good takedown with control, maybe have to pass the guard, get to the mount, and then all of a sudden, as soon as your partner bumps or pushes on you or does anything, you lose the mount. This would be detrimental. Obviously the guy could be loose and free to hurt you again, or you could end up on the bottom with the guy on top of you, which is no bueno as well. So the mount position is going to look a little like this. I'll maybe give you a side version for now, and then we'll see how this goes. So I'm on the ground. Hey, Charlie, I want you to mount me. Nice and easy. Good. So when Charlie mounts me, he's typically going to be like, over my hips and my belly type area, maybe up a little bit. Good. He's got his feet in, knees on the floor. Notice that he has his belly nice and tight, his shoulders slightly forward, so that he's got the ability to have some good base on me and maintain. So for little kids classes, just being able to, be here and perhaps have his hands on the mat where hooks in, good. Where if I tried to roll side to side, just don't do anything except stay here and feel your hands being pressured on the ground. If I tried to rock side to side, Charlie could push back with his hands, his little base hands, so that you don't want me to go this way, so you're going to push back. You don't want me to go this way. This is perfect, Charlie. And of course, he's going to be free to move and adjust his hands on the mat. They're not going to be glued in one spot. He's going to be very adaptive with his hands, kind of relaxed and loose where, oh, I feel the pressure coming, I got to put my hand down. I feel the pressure coming, I got to put my hand down. And I have to be able to defeat that. He also has the option, again, maybe if I had a weapon or I just was real wild, he could pin my wrist down. It's something that people commonly do. I don't love it, but certainly it's something that we see a lot in class. So Charlie could grab my wrist, go ahead, push him to the ground. Again, good base. He's got me pinned, maybe holding me down until, somebody comes to break up the fight or to come to his aid. Once again, maybe I had something I was trying to hurt somebody with. He's got me nice and pinned. Okay, ease it up. Thank you very much, my friend. I like this position more upright like this because he has the ability to once again submit me from here. He could strike me from here if he needed to. He can transition and get up also if he needed to. What you'll also see people teach is Charlie being really low down on me and really laying down forward, and it's hooks are in nice and deep, and you'll see people just really holding this position. This is great if your objective is just to hold the guy down, to pin him or mobilize him. But as you can see, with Charlie being so low like that, it would be very difficult for Charlie to strike me, and also be a little bit more of an effort for him to get up. If he needed to just flee the scene, get off me and run, that would be a little bit more difficult. And again, transitioning his body for arm bars or other ways of controlling or adjusting to my back, should I be turning or trying to do anything, could be a little bit more difficult as well. So I kind of prefer this method, and he could have, weight on me a little bit here, kind of pinning me with his chokes and whatnot. One of the submissions that we're going to talk about today is going to be the Americana, which he's going to do. But first, let's make sure he can maintain the mount. Let's say in this position here, if I can touch Charlie, I can start to move him around. So Charlie, go forward a little bit. So when I go to push you, Charlie, to intercept my hands with your hands. So grab my wrist, yeah. So don't let me. Okay, so right now, I want to grab his belt or grab something, and I want to, manipulate him and move him. But Charlie's doing a good, wait forward a little bit. Yes, exactly. He's doing a good job of controlling my wrist right now. Okay, stop for a moment. Excellent. If I were to, again, maybe already be on his hips, forward, yeah. So if I start to push on his hips a little bit, Just take your hand, Charlie, move my hand out of the way, boom, this, yeah, move it. Maybe if I push on this one, move it out of the way. If I push on this one, move it out of the way, and he goes right to that control. He's hungry for that control. This is excellent. Also, let go for just a moment. Very good. You'll see kids sometimes when they're mounted, not only are they trying to reach up and grab the guy or grab the belt or push on the hips, you'll see kids that also will start to push on the knees, and they'll start to spread the knees and try to scoot out from underneath. Even if it's not the best way to do it, they could be very effective. So as I push on Charlie's knee, he's gonna use like a little monkey paw, grabbing my wrist. He's just gonna pluck my arm up. So as he feels it, pluck it up there. And then if I do this one, pluck it up. And once again, he's probably gonna be hungry for control. Notice that even without me saying anything, Charlie didn't just let my arms go free so I could re-grip him, man. He was sticky on my wrist, man. He's not playing around. He's got my arms, he's ready to do whatever he has to do, control the punches or anything I might try to do from the bottom, okay? So these are just little mount maintenance techniques. There are others, but this is a good start for the younger ones. Also, the Americana submission, I think, is a great technique we can introduce for today. So what Charlie's gonna do right now is, if my arms were up or hiding or whatever I might be doing, he's gonna put his two hands on my one. So go ahead, you put your two hands, fingertips facing the same exact direction, and he basically has like a 2-on-1 situation. He's got gravity on his side. He's gonna drive this arm to the ground. Perfect, my friend. Now this top elbow, so the elbow's gonna be closest to my head. He's gonna set that elbow on the ground as he's holding onto my hand. This arm is gonna release, just this one, and go underneath my arm. Go ahead and try to find your own wrist right here on top. Perfect, Charlie. Hold it nice and tight, head down. So if we can see, I don't know how well you can see on the camera, this already hurts, buddy. He's gonna pull my wrist back and lift my elbow, ouch, okay, for this lock. All right, once again, let's make sure that we have it. So we're here, shoulders are forward, so you're ready to make action on me. Maybe he's already got wrist control, whatever, my hands are up, I'm protecting. Maybe he did some of this. Both hands on my one. Go ahead. You put your two on my one. Fingertips are facing the same direction. I usually like it on the wrist here. He's going to drive it down to the ground. His top elbow is going to be right next to my head on the ground. He's got his body position low. He's kind of offset himself to have good base towards this arm. He's going to remove his lower arm, the one that's closest to my elbow, is going to go under my humerus bone. He's going to grab onto his own wrist on top. He's gonna slightly pull my wrist and my back of my hand back while lifting my elbow. Keep the hand down, ouch, tap. Okay, excellent job. So Charlie, get off me for just a moment. So, come here, young man. So on this particular technique, once again, he had his two hands on my one, okay? This elbow that was close to my head stays down. He removes his bottom hand out, it goes under my arm, and finds his own wrist. So he's basically one hand on the wrist, going underneath, he grabs his own wrist. With his head low, he sort of just pulls back and elevates my elbow. My arm is basically in this 90-degree angle position, and he's pulling me. He's basically locking my shoulder joint. It's very, very painful, very tight. So it's an excellent technique to finish someone or make some pain compliance from the mount position. It's an excellent technique that we're letting the people in the 9 to 12-year-old class, we call it like a junior combatives when we're grappling, we allow them to do submissions. You can teach this obviously to your younger ones. I mean, 4, 5, 6, and up. I have no problem with that as long as you're doing it under like supervised conditions. They understand how to respect tapping out. When their opponent taps out, obviously when something's being done to them, tapping out and using a tremendous amount of control, because if you use herky-jerky pressure with these techniques and you're reckless, you're gonna hurt somebody. I mean, it's what they're designed for, so you have to be very, very controlled, which is exactly why I just say, hey, 9 to 12-year-old classes, we do submissions when we grapple, and the classes that are typically under that age, we do more positional control. Charlie would just be focused on holding me in the mount, maintaining the mount, not letting me get away, and exhausting me just through that position. As maturity gains, like someone like Charlie's age with his level of experience, boom, not only is he going to control, he's going to use a submission if needed as well. A great way to end the fight without actually having to punch or cause any permanent damage to his opponent or the bully in this case. I hope you guys got some great stuff out of this. Each week I'll be dropping new videos, giving you a new technique of the week, some alternate exercises with all of your workouts, and you can continue your training at home in the privacy and the safety of your own home. and still keep learning and having a great time. Thank you very much, Charlie. You were awesome today. Have a good one.